Hi guys, and I know this is kind of a weird location for a TED Talk, but I just was thinking about an idea I had today in physics class for a video, and it just came to me. So I'm actually stopping in the middle of this wooded path to tell y'all something. So to a lot of us, doing good deeds comes naturally. A lot of us love making people's day, love helping people, love doing things that aren't for ourselves, etc. But for other people, when asked why they don't do certain things, their answer is, what is in it for me? How is this helping me? Why should I care? etc, etc, etc. But it all boils down to me, me, me. And in society today, for a lot of people, we have made it more acceptable to be selfish and to always put yourself first and to always only focus on yourself and what's in it for you. And for in some situations where people like taking advantage of you, yes, it's a good thing if you kind of cut that off. But if all you could think of in literally every situation is what's in it for me, that's a problem. Because as soon as you get into the situation of some of these people that you would say, what's in it for me too, you'd be asking other people to help. And other people could say the exact same thing. What's in it for me? They see you homeless on the street. What's in it for me? They see you holding on to the edge of a cliff. What's in it for me if I save you? What's in it for me? What's in it for me? And I've never really liked the selfish rhetoric because you got to realize that on this earth, you're not the only person on this earth. You're a very, very small speck in the universe. And you might think that you're doing the best for yourself when you choose to be selfish and you choose to put your own needs and wants first and not give a crap about anybody else or their needs or their wants. Then it's actually hurting you. And yes, there is an intrinsic value to helping others and to being nice to others and to all of that. And for some of us, for me personally, anytime I help anyone with anything, it gives me a sense of satisfaction. It gives me a sense of fulfillment. It makes me feel great about myself. So even if I'm not getting a physical reward, such as some money, just some praise, I just feel great about myself for doing that. And I know that I'm doing what God wants me to do. And for other people, it's hard for them to find why they should, help people. And a lot of people like to think of this as karma. Some people like to think of this as different things. But I like to think of this as brownie points. So a lot of people are motivated by money. Where's my money? How much money are you going to give me to do this? Why should I do this? I'm not getting paid. Well, let me tell you, brownie points are a form of currency. And when every single time you do something good for someone else, you gain brownie points. And what brownie points are is basically, they're like social credits. They're things that the value is not really defined, but when you look at it in a certain way, you realize that there actually is a value to it. Pick up a trash on the side of the street, that's a brownie point. Help a lost person find their way, that's a brownie point. Give a homeless person a can of food, that's a brownie point. Every single tiny good thing you do for another person is a brownie point. A lot of people refer to this as karma. You give bad, you get bad. You give good, you get good. I like to refer to them as brownie points. More good things you do, more brownie points you get. And the more brownie points you have, even though they're not really something that is measurable or something that is physical, the more likely people are to treat you well. If you're a person who says, I don't give a fuck about anybody else, all that type of stuff, then guess what? People are not going to give a fuck about you either. Because a person like me, I will help literally anyone, even if they're an absolute asshole, I'll still help them. But for many people, they don't want to help you. They don't want to have anything to do with you if you're a negative, mean, rude, selfish person. And while some people will still be nice and polite to you, other people will not. If you're just only self-oriented. But the more that you help others, the more attractive you are seen to other people. You know, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to everything in your life, the more people like you and more people want to be around you, the more successful you'll be. A lot of people think that, oh, I can do everything by myself. No, you can't. These clothes you're wearing, unless you're like a nomad in the woods, in which case you probably would not have the technology to say what you're saying, you did not make it. Your phone, you didn't make it. This world, you didn't make it. And the things that you might have made, because I know that some people do grow their own food and make their own clothes, were made using other people's things. The way that you learned how to talk, how to read, how to write, you were taught that by other people. You were not born that way. If you want to get a job, you got to get through other people. And even if you're thinking of starting your own business, like, yeah, I'm going to be my own boss. When you're your own boss, actually everybody else is your boss. Because when you're the boss, the customers are your boss. If you do not do what the customers want you to do, I'm sad to say that your business is not going to go very far if you're not pleasing your audience, if you're not pleasing your customers. So when you sit here and think that I don't need anybody else, I'm just going to focus on me, I'm not going to care about anybody else, you are making life worse for yourself. Because while some people will just allow you to give them stuff and not give you anything back, many people will be more likely to do stuff for you. Like, let's say that somebody doesn't have lunch one day and you give them some money for lunch. When you don't have lunch one day, they might be more willing to help you out with that. If when that person said, I don't have any money for lunch, you said, I don't care, that's your problem. Then if you are having problems, people are going to be like, this person is an absolute asshole, why should we care about them? So the nicer you are to people, the nicer they will be to you. The more good deeds you do, the better your life will be. The bad deeds you do, the worse your life will be. And even if it's something that people aren't seeing, even if you can't really see the results of what you're doing, you're still doing something good for this world, and you will be rewarded as such. Your reward might not come immediately. Your reward might not come in the forms you think it's going to come, but it will come. And while some people out here are nasty and will just take advantage of well-meaning people, many people are not. And many people will look at these good deeds you do that you think, oh, why am I doing this? And you'll be rewarded as such. Even if you aren't given anything, you'll be rewarded with feeling better about yourself. You'll be rewarded with being treated better in life. You'll be rewarded with your reputation being better and better. So if you're going to ask me, why should I do this? Why should I care about this? How is it helping me? And I say everything in this universe is connected. So every single thing you do, even brushing your teeth this morning, even something that you thought nobody else saw you doing, every single thing you do has an indirect effect on the universe. And every single thing that anybody does on this earth is meaningful. Even if you don't think it is, flicking a bug off your arm is meaningful. It changed the universe in a very small way. And also, you're kind of giving yourself backing. If you were an absolute trash person to everyone, and then you end up in a vulnerable position, people are going to be way less likely to help you, less likely to want to save you. But if you are a great person, you're giving yourself protection, making it less likely people are going to do stuff bad to you, making it more likely that people are going to help you, more likely that people are going to treat you well. So while I don't believe that you should do good deeds just for the sake of you want stuff given back to you, because it doesn't like work directly that way. But if you must use selfish rhetoric to explain why you're doing good things, then it's better than just not doing them at all. So take that with you today and have a fabulous day. I gotta get out from standing in this weird clearing now. I probably look like a crackhead. Bye.